Craving a sweet treat but short on time? Picture this. A moist, flavorful cake that you can literally whip up in a mug and a microwave. No fancy kitchen gear needed, just simple ingredients you probably already have in your pantry. In just 5 minutes, you'll be indulging in a scrumptious dessert that's perfect for those spontaneous cravings. So, are you ready to whip up a quick and delicious mug cake in just 5 minutes? Let's dive in. First things first, gather all the ingredients you'll need for this recipe. Let's start with 4 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, which will provide the structure for our cake. Next, we'll need 4 tablespoons of granulated sugar to lend a touch of sweetness to our treat. Moving on, we'll need 2 tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa powder. This is what will give our mug cake that rich chocolatey flavor we all crave. Then, we'll need 1/8 teaspoon of baking powder to help our cake rise in the microwave. Just a pinch of salt is necessary to balance the sweetness and enhance the flavors. Now for the wet ingredients. We'll need 3 tablespoons of milk to add moisture to the cake, 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil to keep it nice and moist, and 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract to add that classic cake flavor. With all our ingredients ready, it's time to start mixing. Start off by mixing all your dry ingredients. And by dry ingredients, we're talking about the backbone of our mug cake recipe. These elements will build the structure and flavor of our quick and easy dessert. First, grab your microwave-safe mug. This will be your mixing bowl and baking dish all rolled into one. It's a one-dish wonder, if you will, and it's going to make cleanup a breeze. Now, let's dive into the ingredients. Start with 4 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. This is the foundation of our cake. It's what gives it its body and crumb structure. Next, we'll sweeten things up with 4 tablespoons of granulated sugar. This will not only sweeten our cake, but it also aids in its texture and color. Now, for our chocolatey element, we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa powder. This will give our cake a rich, deep chocolate flavor. It's the kind of flavor that wraps around your taste buds and gives you a warm, chocolatey hug. Then we'll add a bit of lift with 1/8 teaspoon of baking powder. This will help our cake rise and become fluffy. Without it, we'd be left with a dense and heavy cake, and nobody wants that. Finally, we're going to add a pinch of salt. Now you might be thinking salt in a cake, but trust me on this. That tiny pinch of salt is going to enhance all the other flavors and bring them together in a harmonious symphony of taste. Once you've got all your dry ingredients in the mug, whisk them together. You want to make sure everything is well combined and there are no lumps. This is a crucial step, as it ensures your cake has an even flavor and texture. Now that our dry ingredients are well mixed, it's time to add in our wet ingredients. But that's a story for the next scene. For now, take a moment to appreciate the simplicity and efficiency of this mug cake recipe. You're just a few steps away from a delicious dessert. Scene script. Next, we're going to add the wet ingredients to our dry mix. The first liquid ingredient we're adding is milk. Now, you might wonder why we're using milk. Well, milk not only adds moisture, but also lends a rich taste to our mug cake. We'll add 3 tablespoons of milk to the mug, pour it gently over the dry mixture. Next in line is vegetable oil. This is our secret to a moist mug cake that's far from dry or crumbly. We need 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Make sure to add it slowly. Remember, we're aiming for a smooth, well-integrated batter, not a greasy one. Finally, we're going to add 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. This might seem like a tiny amount, but trust me, it packs a punch. Vanilla extract will give our mug cake a lovely fragrance and that classic sweet, creamy flavor we all adore. Now that we've added all the wet ingredients, it's time to mix. Use a spoon or a small whisk and stir until the batter is smooth and well combined. You want to ensure that there are no lumps or dry pockets of flour, so take your time and mix thoroughly. As you stir, you'll notice the batter becoming glossy and thick. That's a good sign. It means our wet and dry ingredients are marrying together perfectly. The consistency of the batter should be similar to a thick pourable pancake batter. It's important to remember that the quality of our mug cake depends on how well we mix the ingredients. So, don't rush this step. Be patient, and you'll be rewarded with a delectable, melt-in-your-mouth mug cake. And there you have it. That's how you prepare the batter for our 5-minute mug cake. It's as simple as combining the dry and wet ingredients until you have a smooth, well-mixed batter. Our batter is all set and ready for the microwave. Now we're just a quick zap away from indulging in a warm, moist, and deliciously sweet treat. Stay tuned to see how our mug cake turns out. Now comes the fun part, cooking our mug cake. We've combined our ingredients, given them a good mix, and now it's time to let the magic happen. Microwaving may not be the traditional method for baking a cake, but it's perfect for our quick and easy mug cake. The heat from the microwave will cook our cake from the inside out, creating a moist, fluffy center with a slightly crisp exterior, all in just a matter of minutes. When it comes to microwaving, timing is everything. For this recipe, we're going to set our microwave to high and cook our mug cake for approximately 1.5 to 2 minutes. Now this isn't a set it and forget it situation. You'll want to keep a close eye on your mug cake to avoid any overflow. Overflow occurs when the heat from the microwave causes the batter to rise too quickly and spill over the sides of the mug. To prevent this, simply pause the microwave, let the batter settle, and then continue cooking. This pause and proceed method will allow your cake to cook evenly and maintain its beautiful mug shape. As for the perfect consistency, you're looking for a cake that's firm to the touch, but still moist. If the center of your cake is still a bit gooey after 2 minutes, don't panic. That's the beauty of microwaving. You have complete control over the cooking process. Simply pop your mug cake back in the microwave and cook in 15-second increments until it's just right. Remember, every microwave is different, so it might take a few tries to nail the perfect cooking time for your specific microwave. But once you do, you'll be whipping up mug cakes like a pro. After a quick spin in the microwave, our mug cake is almost ready to be enjoyed. But before we dig in, we have one final step, allowing our mug cake to cool and adding our favorite toppings. But that's a treat we'll save for the next scene. Stay tuned. Before digging in, let your mug cake cool for a minute. It's the perfect time to let the flavors meld together and for the cake to firm up a bit. This pause also ensures you won't burn your tongue on a too hot bite. While you're waiting, let's talk toppings. This mug cake is delicious all on its own, but adding a little something extra can make it truly sublime. Whipped cream is a classic choice, adding a cool, creamy contrast to the warm, rich cake. A dollop on top just before you dig in will start to melt, infusing each bite with a touch of creaminess. If you're a chocolate lover, consider sprinkling a few chocolate chips on top. The residual heat from the cake will melt them slightly, creating little pockets of molten chocolate. Powdered sugar is another fantastic option. A dusting on top will give your mug cake a sweet, snowy cap and adds a beautiful touch, almost like your mug cake is wearing its own little powdered sugar hat. You could also try a scoop of your favorite ice cream, some fresh berries, or even a drizzle of caramel or chocolate sauce. The possibilities are endless, so feel free to get creative and make this mug cake your own. Now, all that's left to do is grab a spoon and enjoy your quick and delicious mug cake. Each spoonful is a bite of warm, sweet comfort, a perfect treat you can whip up in minutes anytime the craving strikes. And there you have it, a sweet treat ready in no time. With just a mug, a microwave, and a handful of pantry staples, you've created a decadent dessert that's sure to satisfy any sweet tooth. Let's quickly recap the process. First, the dry ingredients of flour, sugar, cocoa powder, baking powder, and a pinch of salt were whisked together in a microwave-safe mug. Then, we poured in the milk, vegetable oil, and vanilla extract, stirring until the mixture was smooth and well combined. After a quick spin in the microwave for about 1.5 to 2 minutes, our cake was nearly ready. A brief cool down and a sprinkle of your favorite toppings, and voila, a delicious mug cake ready to be savored. We hope this recipe inspires you to satisfy your dessert cravings in a pinch. Thank you for joining us in this quick and delicious adventure. Remember, dessert doesn't have to be complicated to be satisfying. Until next time, happy baking.